What's up, you guys? It's the Authentic Empress. So I'm just gonna jump straight in. This is gonna be strictly a reading. So all cards and of course, intuitive downloads. So one of the cards or a few cards that I've seen come out already, there could be something significant about a bugaboo. A bugaboo in your energy, a bugaboo in somebody's energy, okay? There's something about this person. I don't know if this person feels like they didn't receive a warning about a bugaboo, or a bugaboo did not receive a warning. Now, there's something significant about this person rejecting spiritual sight. Okay, this could be somebody who abuses anything having to do with sight. So this bugaboo, this could be someone who is very nosy. Okay, somebody who invades somebody's privacy. God, somebody could be getting tongue tied, okay, about something too. There could be something significant about Mercury retrograde. Okay, but I did see bugaboo. And I saw they were warned in reverse. There's a few other cards that I saw, but like for example, if this bugaboo is a masculine energy, well shit, I thought this could, y'all see these little particles? It's because it's all of these index cards, okay? It's a big bag of index cards. So every time I shuffle them, that's what's going on, okay? But anyway, that's annoying. So this could be how somebody's energy is manifesting, okay? Maybe somebody is like being perceived as dusty. This could be a dusty bum. I don't know, but bum 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 bum. But if this is a masculine, I did see a card that said no dick discipline. So yeah, I don't know if this person is having a hard time walking away from you. Somebody could be having a hard time walking away from a masculine. Okay, somebody could be a karmic water sign or a young water sign. Okay, you got the Knave of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It says the business will prevail. Okay, so this could be somebody who's in business with someone here. This could also just be pertaining to your business. The business will prevail. So somebody was definitely heavily focused on what somebody does for work or try to sabotage somebody's business, okay? Whether this is somebody who works in the business or they was getting someone's business, okay? But the business will prevail. Okay. This could be somebody who's being exposed for dating and fucking for money, okay? This could be, okay. Dating and fucking for money. The business will prevail. Spell work to make you eat unhealthy. So somebody who their quote unquote business is, sex work is what it's giving. This person could be, you can have some people that's envious of like what you do for work, okay? These could be people who are like sellouts, okay, for money, sellouts for materials, sellouts for clout, but heavy emphasis on energies who sell out for money, like via having sex, okay? They feel some type of way about your business prevailing. There could also be this energy of like some hating ass, or fraudulent family members trying to copy like your essence, who you are, and trying to create a business from, the things that you're into. Okay, this could be like a fake spiritualist type of energy who is having to resort to fucking and dating for money. All right, this particular family member or family members, ex-friends, friends, strangers, Somebody was definitely doing spell work to make you eat unhealthy. Okay, this is somebody who feels some type of way about your appearance. This could also be an attempt to make you sluggish or slow you down. Okay, this could even be to promote some type of delay towards you or delay somebody coming towards you. You got dirty work. All right, the business will prevail. Fucking and dating for money and dirty work. Okay, let's see what else come out. There could also be something about the lack of quality within somebody's work as well. Okay. You could be an oracle. Okay. This could also be somebody who promotes themselves as an oracle, but there's something exposed about what they do with dirty word. This could be somebody who actually does weaponize the spell work against people, but they reel people in by posing as an oracle. Okay. So there's something significant about how somebody like how they're actually making money. Okay, somebody could be posing as some type of spiritual worker or doing some type of holistic spiritual work, but in actuality, their main source of income is sex work. It's 444 on the clock confirmation. There could be something significant about a house, okay, a home. I just heard a house is not a home without you, whatever that's about. You got improper payment distribution. So now I did pick up on some type of sabotage. Somebody trying to sabotage somebody's work. So if this is like somebody who is on the inside working with somebody and trying to sabotage from the inside out, there's something significant about improper payment distributions. You could be getting some type of retribution from you. Maybe there's some money or some type of payment that was supposed to be distributed to you, but it was redistributed to people that it didn't belong to. Okay, there could be some type of balance being created there. Okay, with this dirty work energy. Okay, with this oracle energy, there's something significant about there's something significant about you having like insight on some fraudulent energy here. Okay, it says, if I was your man, secret desires and curiosity. So this could be that bugaboo energy that came out at the beginning of the read. This person, or there could be somebody experiencing extreme sadness and depression. Somebody who desires to be with you. You don't have to be a woman. Okay, this could be a woman who desires to be with you, or a man. Okay, what I say? Some of you guys know that there's been some fraudulent activity in regards to a payment distribution. You got paperwork. Maybe there's some fraudulent paperwork being exposed or revealed. You could be exposing this. You could be willing some type of exposure for this to come out. Okay. All right. It says, I feel threatened by you. There can be somebody that's interested in you, but they feel threatened by you. If not this person, this could be whoever this person, this fake spiritualist, or whoever was trying to mock who you are, like organically, and create some type of business opportunity off that. This person could feel threatened by you. This is somebody who's pressed about you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Somebody here is pressed about your energy and they feel threatened by you. Yeah, whoever this is who's willing to sell themselves. Okay, this is somebody who don't love themselves. Like, let's just call a thing a thing. You feel me? Okay. It says there's something they have not revealed to you. This if I was your man or woman energy that's having secret desires, maybe there's something that this person is being guided to reveal or confess. Okay, somebody's supposed to confess or reveal something about some dirty work here regarding some payment distribution or some money in general. This person could be in a state of extreme sadness and depression as a result. Okay, this person could also be under spell work themselves. Okay, if they partnered up with somebody here, okay, to do some type of dirty work on you, on an oracle. Okay, spell work to make you eat unhealthy. Yeah. So this person could be whoever this person in extreme sadness and depression. This person, there's something significant about them eating unhealthy, okay? This energy backfiring on them. So you know, like when you're depressed anyway, how people have a tendency to overeat and stuff like that when they're depressed. Yeah, that's what it's giving. There's something significant about somebody being obsessed with your energy or just not moving on from a situation, okay? So yeah, you can expect some income here. You got unexpected income. Okay. What I'm also getting from this is there's something about an unexpected reveal. Okay. Now, what I put in the caption, God is using you as a reality check for a lot of individuals from your past. Okay. That could be your recent past. Okay, deeper into the past. But you're being used as some type of harsh truth or like harsh reality check. Okay. Unexpected income. So there's something about you popping up, okay? You know, you could have popped up in person somewhere. You could have popped up online somewhere. Okay, you could have accessed an old account or something, but there's this energy of an unexpected arrival, okay, that has somebody feeling threatened. Somebody's pressed about this unexpected reveal of you, okay? Whoever this person or people are that haven't seen you in some time, okay? Oracle energy, you did something divinely guided. You did something very strategic here. Something was a strategic play. Okay, you already, so this could be individuals that you already knew at some point these people was pressed about your energy one way or another, or these people express some type of intimidation towards who you are, like just who you are as a person. Okay. It says pretend to hate and dislike you, but secretly want to be like or look like you. Confirmation. Yeah. So whoever's been pretending to hate you or dislike you and secretly want to be you, they feel threatened by you. Okay. Okay, you got scream interrupted. So there was definitely intentional disruption, delay, them trying to prevent something from fully loading in your life, okay, in regards to some finances here or some type of payment. There's something about them trying to buy time, okay, or prolong something. It says there's a lot I don't know, and that's fine and okay. Now, when I first read this card, I heard, something about these people trying to weaponize obscurity against you. Emphasis on trying to, okay? All right. Yeah, you got portal magic in reverse. Okay. Somebody could have a low cut, whether female or masculine, okay? That's try to do some type of portal magic on you, try to this can even be like trying to tap into your solar plexus, any of your chakras. All the chakras I feel are a portal within themselves. They even look like portals, like the symbols of all the chakras even look like portals. Okay, your whole energy field, I feel, is also a representation of a portal. Also, women in their womb space, their yoni, I perceive as portals. Okay, portal magic could also be through black screens, okay? Anything with a reflective surface, okay? Mirrors, your phone, TV, whatever. Anyway, you got low cut. What I'm also hearing from this low cut energy is that you keep your grass cut low. Okay, this is the type of vibes that you give with this oracle energy. Hence, tall grass, snakes in the tall grass. You know what I'm saying? There's something about you keep your grass cut low. Okay, figuratively speaking. So whatever this weapon of obscurity was supposed to be, there's something about you literally being amidst that obscurity, like you being this mystery, okay, that these people are desperate to solve, okay, even at the extent of fabricating lies, predictions of who you are, narratives. It says free yourself from the shadow prisons of others. Okay, but you freed yourself from the shadow prisons of others. So again, you keep your grass cut low. Okay. So there's nothing hidden in the shadows for you. But because these people operate out of this snake-like energy, okay, this conniving, willing to betray to get what they want, or willing to seek, vengeance, whatever, play God, do anything just to have something for themselves, okay? These people are surrounded by, so these are people who utilize that tall grass energy to their advantage, but it's at their disadvantage because them moving in this energy, they have snakes around them. They have enemies, right up under their noses type shit. Okay. Yeah, these are people who wanted to entrap you or imprison you in their insecurities, and the things that they wanted for you. Okay. How they wanted your life to play out and manifest, to appease their egos, make them feel less insecure, I'm assuming, but nah. Yeah, there's something about your ascension. Yeah, because ascension in essence is North Node energy, is you literally rising, leveling up. That's the true level up. So these people, it went over their heads. Okay. The reason why you're able to have these level ups despite them, doing this witchcraft, voodoo, magic, emotional manipulation, manipulating those around you, okay, trying to cloak you and all this shit, it's because they failed to understand that you basically embracing the truth of who you are on every level, right? When you embody truth, like being truthful with yourself, about yourself, that also kind of brightens your illuminescence. Like, it brightens your anointing. Like, it's like this fire. And that's why they even describe in the Bible anointing as fire, as a flame. Because, like I talked about in another video, you know how there's good uses, right? And of course, there's destructive properties of fire itself, but fire also has this purification, decalcification process. So if somebody was trying to create hell in your life, okay, somebody was trying to, cast some type of death magic onto you, or arrange for you to be, lose your life or take your own life, okay, with this extreme sadness, depression, spell work to make you eat unhealthy, okay, I guess these people wanted you to get sick, okay. So there is some of you guys whom has like a more holistic lifestyle, okay, or maybe now some of you guys have maintained it, others of you may have, you may have started eating other things again, whatever. And if these people are aware of that, there was some type of illusion here of them thinking that something was working. It says manipulated weaker spirited loved ones to turn against you, to hurt you. So confirmation. Emphasis on weaker spirited loved ones. Okay. Now, they're emphasizing weaker spirited because you're far more stronger than these individuals, okay, spiritually. So again, like I started saying, when you embrace truth, thus authenticity, and you allow yourself to embody that, right? It's almost like when you go to a blacksmith to get a sword made, or like the metals, the material that you're able to purchase, for example, like you have some type of clearance to get some type of like stronger metal, or you embody, that iron sharpening iron energy. It's like you don't allow yourself to remain in places that cause you to rust. And you know how God talks about being the potter and you being the clay. God talks about, renewing your mind and, giving you a new body and all that shit. Figuratively speaking, this is like, okay, if you was a dagger at one point, you feel me? Like now you're a whole goddamn, what are those swords called? Is it a katana? I don't know, but there's something about your transformation Something about you constantly transmuting these energies, constantly transforming into something greater and better. So hence this harsh reality check. I remember yesterday when I shared with some of you guys, I think I put it on my timeline, how I was able to regain access to my first ever Facebook page. You got photo memories here. So yeah, there's definitely there's something significant about nostalgia. Okay. There's some energies feeling nostalgic about you. Okay. Look, you got no hoe in my blood. Okay, let me finish this thought form. Okay, because this is a lot of energy. Light as a feather. In the post, I had put growth. Now I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember word from word what I said. But in essence, I basically said, yes, growth is kind of like an inevitable, constant type of thing. However, a lot of people's growth are, looking like they're just sick. Like, people have been investing far more into their flesh opposed to their soul. You get what I'm saying? And it's it shows. Like, it literally shows, right? And these are people whom, like, if these are people from your past, your hometown, like, there's heavy emphasis on, like, anybody who was very vain, anybody who was, like, greedy, okay? Greedy, gluttonous energy. Greed and gluttonous energy is not just, oh, you eating a bunch of food, right? Greedy, being gluttonous, this could be greedy for attention. This could be greedy for clout. This could be, greedy for materials. This could be greedy for whatever, bro. Like, but I'm telling you, it's something about these people swelling up with, whatever demonic spirit they're allowed to have executive order over their being. And it shows, like, if this is somebody whom abused their beauty, you get what I'm saying? Like, to betray people, like, in the past and stuff like that. There's something about this rapid this transformation of their beauty fading, like, in many ways. Like, because that's something, too, that I was talking about people aging far more rapidly. Like, that's kind of weird. Like, that's weird. That's weird. Like, we should not be in our late teens. We should not be in our 20s. We should not be in our 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, looking like a decade older than your actual age. But there's something about people celebrating these hard lifestyles or trying to make these hard living lifestyles appear cool or cooler than what it actually is. There's some of y'all, who may have walked that path, but you got out of it. There's some of you guys, you never really been into it. You know what I'm saying? But out of curiosity, you explored it. Some of you guys even had, like, some type of roots placed on you, okay, by family and, hating ass friends or evil eye, to try and steer your life in a certain direction out of envy and jealousy. But because it wasn't who you was at the core and your path, your purpose was predestined, it's like, again, the way we're all met with similar energies, but it's about, like, how do you execute your free will, with that energy? What are your choices and your decisions? What are you doing with it? Okay. Yeah, something was not very well thought out. Planning, plotting, strategizing, like they thought. Confirmation, like, this sitting in my face after I just said all that. So yeah, these people are getting a harsh reality check. I don't know if these people do anything for money. Imbalanced, delusional root worker. I don't know what these people expected you to look like. I don't know what they expected for your mental capacity to be at. okay, let's walk back through this, okay? You got no hoe in my blood, dirty work, fucking and dating for money. Okay, this could have been rumors and gossip that people were spunning about you, okay? This could also be what kind of roots was being placed on you, right? Okay, also wanting you to, be in a place of extreme sadness and depression, unhealthy eating habits, hoping for your beauty to fade in that way, your confidence to fade in that way. Almost like wanting to pull you backward or pull you downward. There's something about a lifestyle shift or you quantum leaping and certain people witnessing this, okay, who pretend to hate you and dislike you, but they secretly admire these things about you, okay? There's something about you being a prayerful child, okay? You could have been like it could have felt very innate. You could have had like this natural pull towards God in your own way, or like praying in your own way, okay? And some of you guys could have even experienced like some type of toxicity around that, because we have to keep in mind the spirits that are exposed in every religion, okay? And just spirituality itself, the duality of things, and how it's always going to be adversarial, energies against, divine energy, wherever and however it expresses itself. We can talk about slavery. You get what I'm saying? So Christianity and, this the abuse, the trauma, mixed and integrated with certain religions. You get what I'm saying? So even if your parent or even if certain people had every intention to exude or be a positive example of a religion, there could have been loopholes due to them having rips and tears in their spirit, them not doing the required healing. You get what I'm saying? And so, for example, if there's a spirit of sexual perversion and abuse, and Christianity was used as a mask to do that. That's why we see, these preachers, pastors violate, children in the church, or having affairs and sleeping around and all these scandals and stuff coming out. It's because we have to think of it as a principality. Let's think of the religion itself as a principality, right? A principality, to me, I like to refer to fraternities and sororities as a principality. I feel like it's like a grouping of something. It's almost like a cauldron of many things. And so while there may be, righteous spirits, amongst that, which it typically is in Christianity, that's why I don't knock religion. I'm more so looking at the person on a soul level. Okay, even the people who don't claim any religion. You get what I'm saying? I'm always looking at people on a soul level, at their heart. And I feel like a really big takeaway that we were supposed to gain from Solomon, right? Because when it comes to Solomon, there's a lot of distorted men who like to take Solomon's quote unquote downfall, when he fell for temptation and whatever, like when he had to do some shadow work. You get what I'm saying? They like to take bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying, and try to use it to validate their trauma or validate their, lack of accountability, right? Like with him being with different women. Okay, well, don't disregard, Ecclesiastics. Don't disregard Songs of Solomon when he actually fell in love with one woman. You get what I'm saying? So, and it wasn't just any woman. That's how he, was able to give wisdom about the strange woman and the virtuous woman. So, but one of the main takeaways that we're supposed to get from Solomon, and mind you, there's so many takeaways you get from him, very wise. That prayer that he prayed on his journey to become a judge, on his journey to have his father's legacy passed down to him. He didn't ask God for money. He didn't ask God for good looks. He didn't ask God for clout, attention, a nice house, none of that. He prayed for understanding of the people's hearts so he can properly judge righteously. And because he prayed such a noble, thoughtful prayer, okay, that's more so in alignment with purpose, God blessed him with 10 times more. God blessed him with the wealth and all of that other stuff. You get what I'm saying? Because most people are not praying these type of prayers. Most people are not praying for discernment. You get what I'm saying? Like when people fall on hard times and stuff like that, you just won't. It's like people are more quicker to pray for money. You feel me? Shit like that. Okay? And not to say that there's anything wrong with praying for money, but you got prayerful children, talks with God that are effective. Heavy emphasis on effectiveness. Whatever you do for work as well, there's something about the effectiveness of what you do. Okay, this could be why whoever this fake oracle is or fake spiritualist and with the dirty work or this person feels threatened by you because there's something about the lack of quality of what they do, because it's not rooted in, it's not genuine. Somebody's coming more so from a place of like competition, you feel me, and just capitalizing. This is somebody who capitalizes off any and everything just for some fucking money. Like, so this somebody who will use their sexuality. This somebody who will play their own elders and family members or whatever, and you feel me, and kiss up to certain elders that's about to, about to check and shit like that. You feel me? Try to, get into the wheel or, manipulate things for money. Like, this somebody who's money motivated, okay? Ain't nothing wrong, with wanting to make your money. Somebody could be in purgatory and not even realize it. You got to spend more time reading and creating than scrolling and watching TV, videos, etc. With this prayerful children as well, you can be somebody who's naturally lean more so on this side of things. This is not to say that you don't enjoy, utilizing social media, but I guarantee you this. I bet you're that person who's very intentional about what you're going to watch. If you are reading, if you are scrolling and watching TV, videos, etc., you're intentional as hell about what you're going to watch. Okay? And what I mean by that, like, you could be drawn to things that you have like this inkling that there's some type of hidden or obvious knowledge, in whatever this is. There's some type of clues to some other shit. They hinting at something. Or it can be like something that's just straight up and through, useful knowledge and information, wisdom. Like, you're attracted to other people who are wise or people who are sharing useful knowledge, okay? So even with that, there's something about how very balanced you are, though, with this reading and creating. Okay, you're balanced with reading, creating, as well as scrolling, watching TV, videos, etc. So there's something here about somebody who, individuals who are more into this obsession with, doom scrolling, trendy topics, you know what I'm saying? There's something about you having a nice blend, a nice balance of things. Even when it comes to comedy and humor, you can be somebody that's very witty as well, okay? You enjoy witty banter, okay? It's like, even though you may think like the goofy shit, like, because goofy shit is just goofy shit. Like, that's just, your inner child. You get what I'm saying? So, of course, you embrace that as well, but you could have like this sapio, attraction type of energy to witty banter or like humor that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see what you did there. That type of stuff, okay? And this is all just reflective of this higher intelligence that you embody. This being open to being sharpened by the divine, with this selectiveness and exclusivity that you have, and who you allow yourself to align and connect with, whether you know these people personally or not. There's something about this iron sharpening iron type of exchange that you get often. You know what I'm saying? Hence your higher intelligence, you rising into this higher mind type energy, okay? Hence your alchemy is like on a higher level. Like, you're not just alchemizing on some, like, for example, let's talk about dating and fucking for money, right? Let's talk about the dark alchemy or demonic alchemy of this, right? Okay, I know my thing, like, for dudes, I know my thing be thinging. Or like girls, I know my you feel me? Like, I'm thick, I look good, whatever. Like, I know I'm attractive. I know I can attract somebody to at least, come up off a bag to have sex with me. Like, or prime example, OnlyFans. People who utilize OnlyFans for porn and shit. Now, here's the kicker about OnlyFans. The creator of OnlyFans said that when he created OnlyFans, the mission, or the original idea, was not solely for people to just sell their bodies. Like, it was just for creators in general, like for people to be able to create, and people who respect what they create and stuff like that, they can create a community where they can like be paid and create like a payment system for themselves. Like, so that's why, even though OnlyFans is also used for people who do cooking tutorials, people just like you see on YouTube or any other platform. But like, because you can create like subscriptions and stuff like that. So people who are using it for wise business marketing, and people who are using it, to be effective in some type of purpose work or high vibrational, something like that. It's not just used for sex. However, it has that reputation of mainly being known for sex when you think about it. So, for example, somebody like y'all, even if y'all are hustling, if there's some people who, like I said, use it not for sex but for other things, shit, with it getting such a bad rap, like with the sex and stuff like that, these are people who are likely to move away and depart from OnlyFans platform for that sole reason, just because y'all are like so conscious of energy, especially yours, that you could have been a person that you won't just hang it with any and everybody. You didn't care if they was the so-called popular clique. You didn't care how good somebody looked, how much somebody wants somebody, how much money somebody got. If you perceive somebody as having like a very questionable reputation, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're that, mind the company you keep type of individual. You could have been this way for a very fucking long time. Like, I'll tell y'all a story. I used to date this guy when I was 18, 17. And he was like from out of town or whatever. But when I learned who his big cousin was, his older cousin was this girl who was like a grade above me, a grade or two older than me. Man, when I found out that was his cousin, bruh, and she knew of me. She was familiar with me and my cousins, my people, my bloodline. Because I had an older cousin in her grade that they would always beef and get into it. Like, my cousin, they done fought a few times and everything. But she thought this was gonna be a pathway, an opportunity to basically merge herself with my energy because I was dating her brother. I politely let her know, you the girl that, they be calling you a jump off. Like, you got a terrible reputation, like, at all the schools. Every time you hear a boy talk about you, they refer to you as a jump off. I'm not about to be, fuck I look like, hanging with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, so, but again, so it's something about that energy that's significant, okay? It says, mentally trying to convince you that things won't work out in your favor, desperately need you to doubt yourself. This is why these people are getting a harsh reality check, okay? What I just heard cross my mind, your connection with the divine is not fake. Your connection with the divine is not, because it's the ordinance of things, I'm going to say, and to God be the glory and all praises due to the Most High. Like, you're not like, your connection with the divine is not a performance for clout or for inclusiveness or to, get access to certain opportunities or doors, or for people to perceive you like as they don't need to have any defenses against you. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about sociopathy or like sociopaths. A sociopath, that's what they do. They study the community, the environment, okay? And in school, how they taught us about universal emotions, like amongst any culture, ethnicity, just like facial expressions and stuff like that. I just heard culture appropriation, something about that. But a sociopath, they will study the behavior of everybody in the room, everybody in the community. They will reflect back to the community what, the energies, the personalities and stuff that the community is exuding, just so they can like kind of go under the radar, about their true, you feel me, like their true intentions. Okay. I heard the word cereal, like not eating cereal, but I stopped myself. But the thought that I was thinking was, this is how some people get caught up being in environments with a serial murder, a serial rapist and stuff like that, because it's like a form of shape shifting. Like it's a hell of a cloak. A sociopath, it's a hell of a cloak. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, something significant about that, okay? There could be somebody being exposed for being like a murderer or a rapist or doing something. Okay, somebody who kind of was always snuck under the radar in their community. Like there could be something being a great reveal about that. And this could also be a reality check for these people too. All right, it says you are rare and you are powerful. Again, so right after I read that, I thought about, look, that's crazy. You got bitch, I wasn't supposed to. This came out in reverse. I'm even hearing bitch, you wasn't supposed to be powerful, or bitch, you wasn't supposed to be something. Somebody's upset about this. Now, what I did pick up earlier today was like somebody that's heavily frustrated, agitated, irritated, pissed off about your energy, about who you are, or about how you've grown, what you've become, the becoming of you. I'm even hearing look, it's gonna be somebody that's in purgatory. Okay. That's the second time purgatory came out. Yeah. Throwing tantrums and making false statements because you snatched all your energy back. Man, look. Why, collective? You are light years ahead spiritually. Sometimes others may not understand you. This could be past associates or past associate. This person could be throwing a damn tantrum like behind the scenes. This could also be somebody you was connected to, their associate or their associates. This could also have something to do with work. Okay? Somebody who's a sociopath that somebody or a group of people associates themselves with. Somebody who slips under the radar because they're a sociopath. This person could be exposing themselves, throwing tantrums, making false statements. There could be a great reveal about somebody making some false statements. They could be being confronted about some false statements and they're throwing tantrums about it. This is that energy of, so now I'm thinking about this memory. So when I was in college, it was my last semester. I only had like 2 classes to make because I had sat out a semester in college. And so the dorm that I was living in, there was 2 juniors that I was staying with. I was a senior. And this particular girl, she was from Columbia. Now, I'm from South Carolina. I'm from Little Rock, South Carolina, Dillon, South Carolina, whatever. So, mind you, I'm already in this energy where like this light years ahead type of energy, right? So I don't even watch TV at this time. Like I don't watch TV. You feel me? I'll watch whatever I want to watch on my phone, YouTube, or whatever. But I'm not, I might play lyricless music or meditation music, sound hurts and stuff. I was on that type of shit. So I didn't bring my TV. I didn't. Wait, did I bring it? No. Did I bring a TV? Did I bring a TV? I think I did. But I can't remember if I brought a TV or not. But I said that to say I had multiple TVs. Okay, that I didn't really, like, that was just at my parents' house, but I had like at least 2 or 3 flat screen TVs, like a smart TV, all that shit, you feel me? But spare fucking TVs that I didn't really, it's whatever. Now, they wanted to get a TV in our living room, our shared space. And they was talking about buying one. And I was like, y'all gotta buy no TV. Like, I got a TV. I got, a smart TV. I got all that, right? So we can just go to my house. So we planned a road trip to my house. It was a 6-hour drive. 6 hours as in 3 hours to my house and 3 hours back. So me and the girl from Colombia, our agreement was to split the drive. I'm going to drive the first 3 hours because we're going to my house, right? She wanted to pick up some board games and stuff like that for us to bring back to the dorm and play with each other from her house. So since coming from Little Rock, so if you guys are not familiar with Little Rock and Dillon, you may have, okay, let's just say we're coming from like Florence, South Carolina. What else is close to Florence? My university was in Beaufort, like the Hilton Head Island area. Our dorm was in Beaufort because even though the school is called USC Beaufort, it's actually in Bluffton, Hilton Head, and there's dorms over there and there's dorms in the actual city of Beaufort. So we was in those dorms. So anyway, I knew she had her own car. I knew she was licensed, but I'd never seen her car before. We're still new to each other, right? So that was where I fell short. I assumed because she had her own car and she was licensed, it wouldn't be a problem. Y'all, this girl wrecked my fucking car. She wrecked my fucking car. Total lost my car at that. On the way back. And what's so fucked up about it? I had just gave her a reading. That's why this is also why I was okay with going to my house to get the TV, because I had just ordered the modern tarot deck and it had just came in the mail at my parents' house. I was like, yay, like I get my cards. So I was excited and she asked me for a reading. I gave her a reading. Was about to get off the exit. And she's a water sign. Listen to this, y'all. She's a Cancer sun and a Libra moon. So she asked me about these boys or whatever. I gave her a reading. And I'm going to tell the truth. She got a little triggered by the reading. And it was right when we was about to get off the exit to like go to her house. And I remember she was crying. But it was kind of like that. And tears falling. No sounds or nothing, just and tears falling. And it started raining hard. Out of nowhere. It stopped. And we were literally like 4 minutes away from her house. She failed to yield to oncoming traffic when she made a left. And when she made that left, a car had basically T-boned my car and hit me on the passenger side. Yeah. So, where the fuck am I going with this? Oh, yeah. The tantrum. Oh, I'm so sorry. When I said I taught her out of like getting points taken off her license, all type of shit. Me just being, me being me, And now the car was fine enough to drive back to the school. I drove back. Okay. When I took my car to the shop and everything, at first we're thinking that I'm going to be able to get it fixed. And she was like, oh, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm so sorry. I promise. Blah, 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 blah. I'm so sorry. So, I get news later. Ain't that a motherfucker at the same? So, I get news back from the shop. So they decided to write your car off as total loss. Blah, 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 blah. So now I got to get a whole new car, bro. I tell her this information. What y'all think she did? She threw a tantrum. She threw a tantrum. And this is a pattern that I've experienced with several people, bruh. Threw a tantrum just to get, basically just play victim, threw a tantrum, whatever. I still, was kind of big sister vibes with those girls. So, whatever, she threw a tantrum. But it wasn't something that was just temporal. Like, they decided to plot and create little weird energy and weird shit, against me together. And I ain't even gonna hold you. When I got my new car, I had got a Jeep. I ain't letting not one of them motherfuckers get, you ain't getting in my shit. I don't give a damn. You're not getting in my shit. It's not happening. So I guess they felt a little way about that. And yeah, long story short, she called herself beefing with me. Look at this. She called herself beefing with me. They tried to get me expelled from school. And this is how it happened. Right? Not the Emperor card right here. Try to get me expelled. Y'all gonna see why this makes sense. Look, Aries. And the Fool card. New beginning. So, during this time of her, just being unruly, unnecessary, just difficult to deal with, and intentionally rebelling against, order, ordinance, you feel me? It ain't too, it's fair shit, you feel me? I had you feel me? Like she basically just kept pushing my boundaries, and I had to, check her, listen, I'm not really here for too much of that. I don't know what that's about, but we not about to keep playing this game. She's on the phone with somebody at the time. So it was that energy. So this could all be relevant to now. Somebody was putting a battery in her back because she really not about that for real. So she called herself pressing up on me, walking up on me and stuff, pressing her chest up against me and shit. And I told her, I said, all right, all I'm going to say is choose your battles wisely. Giving her grace, right? Even though she was invading my personal space. The other roommate was a white girl. When she came back from class, this was at the time when me and her having this face off in the hallway. When she opened the front door and saw what was going on, the girl pushed me. And my immediate reaction, my immediate reflex reaction, I punched in the face. I punched in the face and I stepped back and squared up with her. You hit me. I'm going to report you to the RA. Okay. So now these girls team up together to try to get me expelled. I did rightfully get in trouble, even though she pushed me first. At that school, they felt like a push compared to a punch is two totally different things. So they was trying to say that I assaulted her. Okay. However, I didn't get expelled. They put me in a dorm by myself, y'all. And the cool thing about it, our dorms are literally apartments. They put me in my own apartment. You see how that shit backfired on them? They was so mad. So this is the energy, okay? This is the energy. People baiting you into conflict, okay? Especially people that you've done some type of, you've shown them some type of loving energy, okay? You shown them grace, genuine support, genuine helpful energy, right? Even when there was already little things that they did to push your boundaries or challenge your boundaries. But they kept, wanting to see how far they can really go with the shit. That's what it's giving. Okay, these people could be throwing tantrums about some false statements that they made against you. And confirmation, throwing tantrums and making false statements because you snatched all your energy back. What caused all this uproar was I literally just pulled my energy back. I stopped hanging out with them. I blocked their numbers. I wouldn't let them come in my room, like none of that. Like I just completely detached. And that's when they just went bonkers. That's when they started crafting and plotting and scheming, like, trying to force themselves back into my energy. And I was just stonewalling their asses. Because they was on demon time. So there's somebody, y'all could have definitely been dealing with some associates, people that y'all not even, confirmation. Y'all was, look, it wasn't even that deep. Like, that's why it's associates. It wasn't even that deep of a connection. But genuinely, because you're, oh my God, bro. Where the sun card at? This is you genuinely. Okay? Genuinely peaceful, genuinely calm, genuinely funny and goofy, genuinely pleasant to be around. All that shit. So, yeah, like, you're a likable, lovable person, but I mean, I'm gonna be cordial. I'm gonna give you a clean slate or whatever, give you grace. But you feel me? You cross the line, then you just cross the line, and I'm just gonna. Now it's time for you to be in the dark type shit. Like, I'm revoking the sun. It's time for you to, conjure your own inner sun type shit. Like, but instead, these are people who wanted to pull you out of character, get you to step out of character or whatever, to get you to destroy yourself or support some type of false statements or narrative to compromise you. But there's something about how, because you're the one that's being honest, you're the true speaker in the situation, okay? You're the light, the divine being, opposed to these people who are moving out of demonic, like, impulses and stuff. The way that every outcome is a level up for you or to your benefit. Like, something better plays out for you. Like, these are people literally praying and plotting, orchestrating a downfall for you, and you end up being a step higher, few steps, several. Okay? Yep, harsh reality check. You are light years ahead. Spiritually. Heavy emphasis on you being light years ahead spiritually. Am I fucking lying? Look at this shit. It's not a lie. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Where's the lie? This is supposed to be like, this Two of Cups is not just a relationship, like boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, fiance. This is also friendships, family, any type of connection. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. Dark magic? Some type of imprisonment, confinement, get you caught up or mentally entrapped. Stuck. Yeah, nah. And then even with the magician, the chariot. Even with the magician, look who peeking out. Empress. And the Hierophant. 8 of Wands. This is giving return to sender. Alchemy. Higher alchemy. You got Empress and the Hierophant. And the magician was on the top of those cards. In front of their dark magic. Blocking their dark magic. It can't reach you because you the star. Man, come on, bro. That's this is crazy. I had to get another Rider-Waite tarot deck because my Nine of Swords card just magically disappeared. I don't know what somebody done. I don't know if somebody caught themselves doing something with it. I don't know where it's at, but when I say I love having both of these put together because, bro, like the readings I've been doing for myself. I'm talking about motherfuckers coming for me getting double towers. Like all the same cards coming out, y'all. 2 tower cards, 2 death cards, 2 5 of wands. Oh my God, 2 devil cards, 2 5 of pentacles, 2 knight of wands in a reverse. I'm like, damn, y'all really like 2 judgment cards. Shit is real heavy, bro. Shit is real heavy. Look, energy I was look also 2 sun cards, 2 hermit cards. It was just crazy. Like y'all seen earlier at the beginning of this read, I think it was 2 10 of wine cards that came out back to back. There's something about it's going to be undeniable to consider something a coincidence. I almost said consequence. So whatever, why I want to say hypnosis or whatever hypnosis that these people are trying to do to themselves or people around them and try to convince themselves that these backfires or whatever, this heavy judgment, these towers, whatever they're experiencing. Look, let me tell you something. There's this family member, right? And she's one of the family members that be doing this other stuff. You feel me? Doing this type of work here. You feel me? She ain't gonna never be in a happy relationship. She's gonna never be in a divine union or marriage. But that's what she wanted for me. But it didn't start with me. Look, projection. It didn't start with me. Oh, y'all know how it'll be like a relative or two or three, I don't know, in each generation that's on point. Yeah. So back when, because I used to always be at this particular relative's house because I'm like in the age group of her kids. Y'all, when I say this lady exposed us to so much raunchy ass shit in her house, we literally saw her getting her back blowed out in her fucking room like she had the door open. But call herself being this fake ass, you know what? Whatever. What fake spiritualist ass motherfucker. Like, girl, bye. Like, sit down. She ain't got no choice. But there's this cousin that most of us love. Okay, that's sincere. Like, she's a lovable person. She's a divine feminine, and it shows in her life, the way her life is played out. She's in a faithful, happy, interactive, engaging marriage, and both of them look good. Like, her and her husband, they still look good from when they was younger. I'm talking about like keeping themselves up, taking care of themselves, loving on each other. Both of their daughters, beautiful, intelligent, smart, active, doing things that they want to do, and their parents are supporting them and what they want to do, not forcing them to do nothing, not forcing them to maintain an image, but supporting what they desire to do. And then also their desires are in alignment with things that are like health conscious, things that are not toxic. Like when you think about the generations now, unfortunately, you feel me, where they don't have the best examples and role models. You get what I'm saying? Or they're too overly exposed to, let's just say, adopted by toxic ass celebrity culture and reality stars. Her daughters are not that. Her daughters is given, they gonna possibly be a lawyer type shit because they want to. Because they want to be. That's what her daughters give. Okay? They travel. They have a beautiful home. They don't always come to the family functions because she know what's up. And she move accordingly. So this relative whom house I used to go over to, this fake spiritualist, always exposed us to the most toxic shit when we was kids, bruh. There was one time we was going over to the divine feminine cousin's house. This bitch so fake, y'all. We on the way there. I can't remember if it was on the way there and while we was leaving, or if it was just when we was leaving. But she went up in her house, smiled in her face, all this shit, y'all. And was dogging her out to me. Like, yes, I'm like a teenager or a young adult, teenager or whatever. Yeah, I think I was like in my early 20s. I had to be like 19, 20, 21. I had to be somewhere around that age. And I'm 29, by the way. So she talked so much shit about my cousin. And I was like, I love my cousin. Like, my grandparents love her. Like, she's one of those, like, for example, I give this. My grandma would confuse me and my cousin's name all the time. 1, 2. My grandfather, when he started, having Alzheimer's, there was particular people whom he remember, and I felt like he's a Capricorn. I feel like he did it on purpose. Like he kind of did it on purpose too. Look, Justice. He's one of my ancestors, y'all. So yeah, but it was just like, yeah, a very select few who were memorable to him, type shit. And when I say they was so pressed to be remembered by my granddaddy, like just so pressed. Your heart was in the wrong place and he knew it. And that's why he fucking y'all up now. Like, anyway, moving along. Yeah, she sat there and talked so bad about my cousin, bro, but was in her house, smiling in her face, complimenting her, all that shit. And I was just like, just quiet, like mute. Because it's like the way she was talking about her, she was trying to convince me. And it's like, that's our cousin. Like, what is wrong with you? You sound jealous as fuck. Like, I didn't say that to her, but it was given like you're a fucking hater. And that's exactly why she's in that divine partnership and marriage, and her children are very well kept. And look at you, and look at your children. Look at how everything played out as the years and the decade went on by. Look at you and look at her. And you sat there and dogged her out like that. Yeah. Anyway, so there's something significant about that energy. Time will tell. The star card. Time will tell who the star is. Time will tell who did the necessary work to heal themselves. Time will tell. Time has told. Time has spoken. That's the energy right now, collective. 7, 8. Have y'all ever, for those of you familiar with tarot, have you ever counted the stars in this card? It's 8 stars. I never paid that any attention. Something, okay, so yeah, 8th house. When you think about Scorpio, oh, it's a lot of stuff being exposed, baby. I don't know what the current transits are right now, but it's a lot of stuff being exposed, man. Scorpio rules over inheritances, death, rebirth, sex, sexuality. I don't know. I heard attachments too. And I heard something about attachment styles. There's something about all this. Something's going on. Some type of karma with this shit. Like stolen stuff. I don't even care if it's a stolen identity. It's a lot going on with that. So you're being viewed as, there's something about you outshining some people here. There's also something about this fake ass popular people. You being light years ahead spiritually. There's something about you outshining because of that. This can even be, look, you got the Hierophant in reverse. So y'all know sometimes this represents like a spiritual community. So like I was saying earlier, most people are going to do the traditional statements and acknowledging God, but they don't really have a true connection with God. It's more so like a cover, a mask. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's like, for example, this is a great example. I pledge allegiance to the flag. This is given. Most people are going to say the allegiance or whatever because everybody else is doing it, because they was told to do it and everybody else is doing it. Blah, 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 blah. But for those parents who know what the fuck really going on, my child don't pledge no allegiance to that flag. You sit down. Don't get up. Don't put your hand on your heart. No, we're not doing that. That's what it's giving. This is how your energy is like. This is the energy. This is the energy. There was a lot of projections on your 10 of Pentacles and you being this Queen of Cups energy. Okay, but you got the Death card. What I say about something that's significant about The eighth house, bro. Heavy emphasis. So most of you guys should know, if somebody's sending you death energy and it can't really land with you, like, of course it's going to return, however, death also represents transformation. Okay, so this is giving, like, you put some death to some type of addictions, you put some death to some type of trauma bonds, there was some deaths or some endings to some type of toxic tendencies involving attachments. Okay, like, even if you, with that Queen of Cups that just showed up, you just, yep, the Six of Cups. Five of Wands in the reverse. I had just shared a post. God said, depart from evil. He didn't put any stipulations on the host of that evil. So whether that be your mama, your brother, your best friend that you was best friends with for 10 years, that man you had a child with, that business associate that at first shit was cool, and y'all made this plan to do this and do that, but then they started switching up. That place you used to love going to, that activity you used to like doing, depart from evil. That hometown, those habits when it comes to your loyalty, being loyal at your expense. Just saying. Just saying. However, they still want to hold on. They Why these cards fell on the floor? They still want to hold on to what? What's down there? These lower nature ass shit. Like, I don't know. Like, they still want to hold on to just... I'm trying to think of a good phrase. They want to hold on to customs of descension. Things that cause people to descend. They want to hold on to it, and they being exposed. It's showing. It's showing. It doesn't matter whose essence, whose story that they're trying to cloak themselves in. There's something very obvious, and I'm gonna tell you, it's even more obvious to the people who really can see, to the people where it really matters. Like, the groups, the communities, the people that they want to be associated with, somebody like you. That's why they're masquerading themselves as these holistic, spiritual, conscious beings, because they want to be in the in crowd with the 140. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. But we see you. Like, we see you. We see you. We're not going to be blinded by you regurgitating, certain phrases and terminologies and stuff. You feel me? You feel me? That's, yeah, man, you gotta stay woke out here, man. You gotta stay woke out here, man. Hell, shit. Man, I woke up and I seen 111 on the clock, bro. Okay. But, I got 444, hey ho. Not y'all. Unless you in there peeking like you always peeking, ho. I got 444 tatted. I got a 333 necklace charm on. Why did I use those examples? A few years ago, there's this black woman going to school to be a doctor. Medical school. Was so excited. I was like, oh, you got 33. My life path number is 33. Like, oh, you got 333, that's what's up. So, of course, at first glance, Because we're not just gonna be quick to like judge you for evil and shit. Like, we're gonna give y'all a fair chance. And we don't really, and let me tell you something about us too, true divine beings. We don't start off just digging into your life and shit, or just digging into who you are. It's always some shit of y'all becoming obsessed with us, trying to create havoc or some type of sabotage for us, or project some type of false narrative, and now we got to see you. Now you have to be exposed. You can't leave us alone. You can't take a hint. You keep coming to us, bringing that shit over here, boy. And we see you because our light remains shining. So she decided to become an associate with somebody on demon time, like somebody who ain't got nothing to lose and don't mind helping nobody lose nothing. How the old folks used to tell. Actually, that's the same post with the depart connected to a soulless being or somebody that's holding on to low vibrational, low frequency demonic energy. And because it's my cousin though, I knew her 10 years. I knew her in fourth grade. Like, that my brother though. If you can't see that this person